Good morning, meditators. Lovely to see you. Today's meditation comes from my parents' back garden. So the Wi-Fi may drop, I'm not sure, but let's see how we get on. Welcome, and I invite you to begin to settle. To adjust and move as your body needs. To tune into any stretches, yawns, expansive or contractions. Sighs. Pay attention to your back, noticing where a little elongation may be welcome. Noticing where your limbs have fallen. Adjusting where you feel that might be welcome. And my invitation to you today, if you're ready and feel comfortable to do so, and if you've not already done so, to close down your eyes, or simply to lower them down to the tip of your nose, or the ground in front of you, and come into a fuller awareness of yourself. Welcome to the present moment. Becoming curious to whatever you find here. Taking a gentle scan through the body. A scan with an intention to notice. This isn't an analysis or an assessment of the body, simply a curiosity. A gentle, kind, soft curiosity. As the body settles into stillness, allowing the mind the possibility to do so too. Offering the mind this hook to stay with the body through this curious, gentle, loving scan. No rush to complete the scan. If you're still with it, by all means, keep going and then join me in an awareness of the breath when you feel ready to do so. A curious, soft, gentle awareness of the breath. Every soul innately yearns for stillness, for space, a garden where we can till, sow, reap, and rest, and by doing so, come to a deeper sense of self and our place in the universe. Silence is not an absence, but a presence, not an emptiness, but a repletion, a filling up. Silence is not an absence, but a presence, not an emptiness, but a repletion, a filling up. A soft invitation to let those words settle. And if they don't, simply letting them go, letting them flow through you. Softly, gently, and kindly, oh so kindly, walk your awareness to the very base of your spine. And as you settle there, let's become curious about the spaces in between the vertebrae where presence is present. It's very, very, very childlike curiosity, inquisitiveness even. Slowly, slowly rising up through the spine. Noticing each and every vertebra and settling to sense into or become curious about these spaces of presence. Should the mind wander elsewhere, gently, gently come back to the soft curve of your spine, journeying upwards. being super, super curious. Knowing that there is space in between each vertebra. And what can we experience in that space? The mind may come in with comments and analysis. But there's spinal fluid there, yes. And even in the spinal fluid, there's space. But there are discs and a whole myriad of other tissues, yes. And between them and within them, there's space. Slowly journeying up. If even simply offering the possibility that space exists here. Moving towards the upper part of the back if you haven't already. Or into the neck. And then upwards. The tiny space between the brain and the cranium. Getting curious about what it might mean. Getting curious about the possibility that this space is presence. Stillness is not an absence, but a presence. Not an emptiness, but a repletion, a filling up. Silence is not an absence, but a presence. Not an emptiness, but a repletion, a filling up. Expanding outside of yourself to the sense of sound in the place in which you're sitting or beyond it. Being curious about the space, the silence between the sounds. How this silence is not an absence, but a presence. My time with you today is shorter than normal. I invite you to stay with this if it's available to. Or if you feel ready, gently, gently. Expanding into knowing the space in which you're sitting or lying down. Noticing the form of the room and the objects within it. When you feel ready and without any rush, bringing some movement back into the body. With a stretch or a sigh, a wriggle. If it's in your practice and feels the right thing for you to do today, taking your hands to your heart center in a prayer position or gently resting them against your heart. Thank you for being here today. I wish you I was going to say a tuneful Tuesday, so let's go with that. A tuneful Tuesday. Thank you, friends. Bye-bye.